Hi guys, George back here for the Troglodyne cast. We haven't been making much of a cast here for about a month or so, but it's nice and cold here in Houston finally, so we might as well get a good cast going. We've been doing a whole lot of work on tCMS lately, and we've actually been able to deploy the main user of tCMS as a site under the new tCMS, which is teodesian.net. That's what the T in tCMS actually stands for. I mean, now it's Troglodyne CMS, but it was originally for teodesian.net. So without any further ado, let's hop into how things look. So we've migrated all the blog content and so forth, all of the news, and we've been actually posting news to teodesian.net for a week now with all this stuff. The links page works and all that stuff. We've got also series are working now correctly, where basically it just shows you a different list of the series that you have, and when you click on the series, it'll actually take you to the relevant posts based on that series, so that you can have things like podcast series and stuff like that. The About page has changed a good deal in that now it's going to be a lot more like a Twitter feed, but also has things like FAQs and so forth. We can go into individual users and so forth and see all of their posts. You can see it looks very much more like a Twitter page. We can go back here, check out my brother's stuff here, and there you go. You can start to see all the stuff that he's posted. Now, we can also go and see, if I'm logged in, it shows my picture up there now. And we can also head over, for example, to news, and we can actually do searches of both titles and post bodies for the flat file data model, which is what this is all based off of. The old tCMS was a flat file data model as well, but it was organized by date instead of just all in one directory. So let's take a look. If you've been checking my Twitter feed, you'll see this is quite an interesting search term. It basically will give you everything that you need for whatever the term is and show you all the posts as far back as you want. And you can even go to previous pages of posts much more easily than you used to be able to, and just see things even from as far back as you want to, as I've mentioned them. So we can go into the user area here. You can see flat file is actually selected as the data model, and teodesian.net is the theme. And we can now open up a manual, which is basically just the pod rendered for all of the modules that are relevant. We've got all the links here. You can go to like Trog Data and see the pod from that. You can go to Trog Data Dummy, see the pod from that. Trog Auth, see the pod from that. All those sorts of things. So whenever the pod gets even more fleshed out, which I'm working on constantly, we'll get an even better user manual. So the submission stuff is very much like it used to be, in that you have a big sidebar over here where you post various stuff. You can edit existing posts and so forth. And if a post has been edited, you'll see that you can swatch between versions here and so forth. And whenever you actually click through directly to a version of a post, you actually have the ability to jump between things. So then let's see, if we go to the all the rest of these, they're all pretty much the same. It's just slightly different sorts of things that you need to post for every type of thing. You know, files are going to be slightly different, series are going to be slightly different, about pages, etc. are going to be slightly different. Right now, I don't think we have anything actually tagged with files, so there's going to be nothing showing up here. If we go into the series view, you'll see series, which all we have is the podcast series. And if we go to About, you can actually see the user About pages and basically edit them as you need to. So it's all pretty straightforward, and it's all working real good. The sort of things that are coming next is, you'll note that whenever I loaded the files, it took quite a good time, and that's because it's basically loading every single entry and just not finding anything, and just keep going until it doesn't find something. So the best way to speed that up, and everything else in general, is going to be to use the Linux AIO stuff, which is IO on CPAN. It's a Mark Lehman thing. And I'm going to see if I can use that to speed the heck up out of this flat file data model thing, so that it'll be even faster than it was on PHP, which, to be fair, this is already a good deal faster than the PHP was. But we're certainly going to want to get that one particular case where we have no posts or less posts than the pagination limit, handled very quickly. Other than that, the things that are going to be coming after that, they're all on the GitHub tracker for tCMS. Let's hop in there and I can talk a bit about some of them. Let's hop over there and let's jump into tCMS. Go to the issues. Yeah, and so right now, the series view, we want to show the description for every series. I want to actually add threads and stuff like that to any kind of post so that other authors can actually make comments based on those. Other than that, if we're logged in, I want to add private user icons to the avatars.css so that you can have, say, a user added who doesn't have posting ability, but like is just a friend who can comment, something like that. The idea is to be able to build a community where you actually have it, where the blog for logged in users almost acts like a forum, which could be very nice whenever you do those direct click-throughs to things. And the idea would be when you're seeing the list view, it shows the number of comments so that you can click through to see comments, much like you do on Twitter when you have a particular microblog hit that you know has comments, retweets, etc. Let's see, other than that, I'm thinking about adding two different types of content. One is going to be presentations using, there's a nice presentation JavaScript framework. And then the other thing I want to add is things like issues and stuff like that so that I can use this actually for my own development workflow, even if I want to, rather than using GitHub to do all this stuff. Sort of one of the long-term goals I actually have here at Troglodyne is to build a test management platform. And I want to have it be based on a search engine because that's very efficient and nobody's done that yet. The other thing that I want it to do is to have its data storage in Git, which is, the idea is to have a test management system that developers will actually use. So I think both of those things are achievable, and tCMS is going to actually help me do those things. Other than that, we have a few things about RSS that I need to work on. I need to do some rate limiting, and then just do little cleanup things, essentially. Bulk content uploads for series, so that if I want to upload 5 videos at a time or 50 images or whatever it is that I need to have, I definitely want that. And then the other thing is I want the ability to doom scroll, where instead of using a paginator where you just hit prev, it'll just automatically load more if you want that, as a setting. I would say that should probably be default on because that's sort of how people want things these days. But I certainly don't want it for geodesing.net. Other than that, video streaming is certainly something that we want to come at some point, but it'll take a little bit of looking into how to actually get that done. And then I think we'll probably have some MIME type icons I'll try to put in. And other than that, on the edit page here, like the new post, I want to get back the emoji picker from tCMS 1 that we put in not long ago. And I'm almost there, but I'm not quite sure what's not working about it yet. So anyways, as you can see, big things have happened with tCMS. It's got a working website on it. We're planning to migrate 2 or 3 other websites to that pretty soon. One of them that we have never controlled before, and hopefully you guys will get a taste of that past the 10th when we'll do our reveal. All right, that's going to be it for tonight. Glad to have talked to you guys, and see you later.